Welcome to Naughty Relationship Stories, where passion, drama, secrets, and unexpected twists come alive. I hadn't planned to notice him not like that, but when I looked out the kitchen window and saw him, shirt off, muscles flexing as he lifted a bag of mulch like it weighed nothing, I forgot whatever I was doing. My husband hired him last week to clean up the backyard. He was young, maybe late 20s, tanned from the sun, tattoos running down his forearm. He moved like he had nowhere else to be, slow, deliberate, and focused. I watched him longer than I should have, and when he finally looked up, he caught me. Our eyes locked through the glass, and instead of looking away, he smirked. I felt my breath hitch. When was the last time someone looked at me like that? Certainly not my husband. I used to be invisible. Even after I paid thousands to stop feeling that way. I'd had my breasts done last spring, lifted fuller. Just enough to fill out the silk camisoles my husband never noticed. I'd sculpted my waist, shaped my hips, even gotten a subtle BBL. Nothing dramatic, just enough to feel like I existed again. Like maybe he'd see me. But he didn't. Not once did he reach for me the way he used to. Not once did he look up from his phone or from the muted TV and say, "You look incredible." I had a brand new body, and still I felt discarded. So when I first saw him in the yard, shirtless under the afternoon sun, it wasn't just lust that caught me off guard. It was the way he made me feel, like I was visible, like I was real. Hired to fix the backyard. I didn't ask questions. I just stood at the kitchen sink, eyes locked on the man who moved like he had all the time in the world. Tanned skin, sweat on his chest, strong hands gripping a shovel like it was an extension of him. Every flex of his back sent a flutter through me I hadn't felt in years. I should have looked away, gone back to folding laundry or prepping dinner. But I didn't. I stared, and our eyes met through the glass a few more times. But his cocky smile made me feel that thrill I hadn't felt in a while. That ache. Later I brought him a glass of lemonade. Just being neighborly, I told myself. He wiped his hands on his jeans, biceps flexing as he took the glass. "Thanks," he said, eyes dragging over me in a way that wasn't subtle. I shifted under his gaze, feeling suddenly too exposed in my tank top and loose shorts. But the way his eyes lingered told me he saw everything. The curve of my waist, the swell of my chest, the roundness I'd paid for but rarely revealed. "You always watch me from the window?" he asked, teasing but not unkind. My heart stumbled. "Maybe. Sometimes." He smirked again. "I don't mind." He walked past me, close enough that his arm brushed mine, skin on skin, and my body lit up like a live wire. That night, I stood in front of the bathroom mirror, stripped down to bare skin, and traced the lines of the body I'd built to be loved, to be wanted. And for the first time in a long time, I wondered what it would feel like to let someone else touch it. Someone who actually saw me. 3 days later, my husband left town for a conference. He kissed me on the cheek out of habit, not passion, and reminded me to water the new plants. I said, "Okay," like always, pretending not to notice the way he barely looked at me anymore. By noon, the house was quiet. The kind of silence that made you notice your own breathing. I was folding laundry when the doorbell rang. I didn't have to ask who it was. He stood there, same smirk, same dust-streaked arms. A fresh white tank clung to his torso like a second skin. He'd trimmed the hedges out front, sweat glistening along his neck, and I swear my throat went dry just looking at him. "Didn't mean to interrupt," he said, eyes dipping to my bare legs. I was in sleep shorts. I hadn't expected company. "You're not interrupting," I said, even though I knew damn well he was. "Mind if I wash up real quick? Hose is busted." I hesitated. I shouldn't have. But I stepped aside anyway. "Go ahead. Bathroom's just down the hall." He passed by me close, maybe too close, the scent of grass and soap and heat clinging to him like a spell. I stood there frozen, every nerve buzzing, every thought screaming. This is stupid and dangerous. You're a married woman. But I was also a woman who hadn't felt alive in years. Minutes passed and the water shut off. I found myself drifting down the hallway, pretending I needed something from the linen closet. The bathroom door cracked open just as I passed. He stood there, shirtless, towel in hand, jeans riding low. Water dripped down his chest, tracing every ridge, every line. He looked at me like he'd been expecting me, like I was the one interrupting his thoughts now. "You sure you're okay?" he asked. I nodded, then shook my head. I didn't know what I was saying. He stepped forward, slowly, like approaching a frightened animal. "You don't have to be polite with me," he said softly. And before I could stop myself, I whispered, "What if I don't want to be?" The air shifted. Something cracked open between us. His hand came up, brushing a damp strand of hair from my cheek. His thumb lingered. His breath touched my skin. We didn't kiss, not yet. But we both knew we would. I should have turned away, closed the bathroom door, and walked back down that hallway like nothing had happened. But I didn't. He looked at me like he already knew every excuse I was about to make, and he didn't believe any of them. And when he finally closed the space between us, it was quiet, like a secret being born. His lips brushed mine once, barely a kiss, and I responded hungrily. One kiss turned into another, and then his hands were on my waist, my hips, guiding me backward until my spine met the hallway wall. The towel dropped and my tank top was pushed up. Every inch of me was on fire, and every second felt stolen, forbidden, unstoppable. I gasped as he lifted me, strong arms, rough palms, and carried me to the bedroom I shared with my husband. This wasn't slow or gentle. It was everything I'd secretly craved and told myself I didn't deserve: raw, powerful, and real. Our clothes vanished between kisses. The sheets tangled beneath us. And when he finally took me, I forgot my own name, lost in the way he filled me, moved in me, claimed me. He didn't speak. He didn't need to. His body said it all. "I see you. I want you, and I'm not holding back." And I didn't just want him. I needed him like oxygen. By the time it was over, we were both breathless, spent, lying tangled in a silence that didn't feel empty. It felt full of everything we couldn't say. The sunlight cut through the blinds as it slid across our skin. My hair was a mess. My body sore in the most delicious way. And as he kissed my shoulder, slow and soft, I knew in that moment we'd crossed a line I could never uncross. But I felt more alive than guilty. And as I collapsed against him, my skin flushed, my breath stolen, my mind spinning, I had no regrets at all. As we laid there, we didn't say it aloud, not right away, but the air between us changed. No more hesitation. No more pretending we didn't want this. By nightfall, he was still there, shirtless in my kitchen, sipping wine like he belonged in this house. Like he belonged with me. Maybe he did. When the lights dimmed and the world outside went quiet, he found me again. This time with a darker look in his eyes. Possessive. Intense. "Last time," he murmured. I held back. "I won't tonight." My breath caught. Because I didn't want him to hold back. I wanted to know what it felt like to be his. No fear or safety nets. Just raw hunger. And he gave it to me. He pushed me against the wall and lifted my leg, whispering filth against my ear as he undid me all over again. His hands were rougher, his grip firmer, and every move screamed one thing: submit to me. And I did. I gave in, completely. No thoughts. No guilt. Just sensation and surrender. He owned the moment. He owned me. By the time he carried me back to bed, I was wrecked in the best way. Barely able to speak. Shaking. Drenched in sweat and satisfaction. And still, he wasn't done. He took his time again, slow and intense, then flipped the pace without warning, making me beg with just a look. Every moan, every cry, was met with another wave of pleasure. Another reminder that this man wasn't like the others. He didn't ask, he took. When I woke in the morning, my body was aching, not from regret, but from every place he had touched, kissed, claimed. I was under his spell. Maybe even under his control. But I didn't mind. Because for once, I wasn't invisible. I was wanted. Utterly and entirely wanted. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to subscribe for part 2.